on and welcome back to the channel. Problems. Of course, knew this going into it, there probably would be some issues as far as getting things swapped over from a 6-speed truck to a automatic truck. I know I've kind of been stalling, dragging my feet in the last couple of videos, kind of showing you guys, you know, driving the truck. I have been driving the truck, but only to try and get either the tuning figured out or a sensor situation figured out. Been working with Firepunk, been working with Dylan over at Dirty Diamond Diesel. His link for his channel is in the bottom, and then one of you guys, Big Murph, you've been a big help also. He messaged me, I give him my phone number, him and I have been talking, just the two of us between Dylan over at Dirty Diamond and Big Murph have been trying to figure some things out as far as the truck, and then I've been talking and messaging Levon at Firepunk to try and get the tuning figured out. Just between the three of them and me, the four of us, we've been trying to get everything figured out to get the truck driving. Yesterday I was driving the truck. It actually was shifting to the gears and doing everything it was supposed to. Got into it, had to get out of it because of a car in front of me in a stop situation. We went to drive, take off again, and it was stuck in first gear again. I've had a couple of different situations where sorry, excuse me. Had a couple of different situations where we've been stuck in third gear, only could command third and second. Now we're stuck in first. So for me, that tells me it's either a programming issue or a sensor issue. So we have a speed sensor in the tail shaft, and then we have the governor pressure sensor and solenoid. So when I did this build, when I did the valve body build, if you guys have not checked any of the transmission build out, I have it in its own playlist right up here. I was really green. I didn't know much, and I purchased the whole wiring harness and then the sensor and the solenoid from a place on Etsy, and thinking I was buying the Borg Warner, and looked back at my videos, it's just a factory. So got these from Power Driven Diesel. I got the solenoid here. This is the Borg Warner upgraded. If you don't know what you have, it will have an Allen head in the top of it, just like that. If you have a factory one, it will just be smooth. And then we also have the updated sensor right here. So we have the solenoid and the sensor. Here are the part numbers for the heavy duty sensor. And then here is the Borg Warner part number right there. So you guys, if you don't have these, you want to get them, right there's the part numbers. I'm trying my damnedest not to have to drop the pan, but I mean, right now we're going to go ahead, and I actually went out and bought just kind of jumping all over the place. Went and bought a new computer. This is a Windows computer, so between the computer and the programming, everything is Windows based, and we're, like I've said before, a complete Mac based house. So I didn't want to download Windows on my PC or on my MacBook, so I just went out and bought a new computer, and I actually bought another little toy too that I'm going to be introducing later on. I had this whole thing planned out for, you know, taking a truck, driving a truck, footage, all that stuff, but I just wanted to catch you guys up where we're at. We're going to go ahead and hook the computer up to the controller. If it's stuck in first gear, it should not have, if it's the tail shaft sensor, the speed sensor, it should not have a speed registering on the programming. So the truck's already warmed up. It's been running for just a little bit. We're going to hook the computer up to the controller on the inside and see if we have a speed sensor. All right, like I said, I did go ahead and mount my controller right here on that front bolt. I wanted to mount it back here, but I didn't have enough wire because of where I mounted the anteater inside the engine compartment. I may be moving that back towards the firewall just a little bit, so I can bring this up and mount it right here just to cover up these two holes. It will be on some Velcro, so I can pull it off to access this bolt to take this cover off. So anyway, got the computer and everything hooked up. To be able to take control of the controller from anteater, you have to basically bring up hit the top hat right there, bring everything up, turn the truck on to a run just to the on position, and then we should be able to connect to the truck. You can see right there now we're connected to COM 1. You can see the TPS sensor going up. That's full throttle. So that tells me we're connected. Now we're going to go ahead and start the truck up and try and drive. And if we don't, and if I have a speed sensor, the tail shaft, this should go up because that's your miles per hour. All right, we're back to the driveway. We're going to go ahead and put it in drive and see if we have speed sensor, if it starts shifting, or you can see the speed sensor is working there. But we're at 20 mile an hour and about 2200 RPM, and we're having no shifting of the transmission. So hopefully, I'm gonna go back, we're gonna change out the sensors in the pan, unfortunately, and see if that takes care of it. And we cannot command any other gears, obviously, because we're stuck in first. All right, real quick before we get out of the truck here, I'll show you my current tune. So if we go over here to design calibration, and then we'll go up here to file, open. Right now we're on CJ's tune. That's a friend of mine over at AirDog. And then right there is Levon's tune. He emailed me that, so I have two tunes in the truck I can choose from because I just have not gotten to the point to where I can do my own. But right now we're currently on CJ's, so we'll go there, open it, and you can see these are the current tunes right now. We should be shifting right about 10 to 15 mile an hour and then going up from there, and then that's where all the speeds are as far as the shift speed. So you got a 1-2 shift at 10, and then so on and so on. Got all my attributes down there. We have 33-inch tires, we got 355 rear end gears, and then we have the TPS minimum maximum. Right there we got a 0.4 and then a 3.6 as far as the maximum. So this is the current tune that we're on. So that's and it's not doing anything. All right, after coming back, I tried to flash another tune in it again. I put Levon's tune in there, and the truck started shifting just fine. Got down the road just a little bit, and I only had a 2-3, and then it commanded all the gears, and then I got in it hard off of a stop sign, and first gear only. So after talking with Levon, I did take just a little bit of tension out of the TV cable. Thought maybe just a little bit too much line pressure. That did not help. So after talking with Levon, we're pretty confident that is probably a sensor issue. So I got the truck jacked up already, and we already have, you can see, I do have the transmission fluid all drained out of there. So I'm gonna go back in, not too much, I mean, it's to be expected, just a little bit of, I mean, really no whoops, there we go, no residue at all. I mean, just very, very minimal on the magnet. We're gonna see what the pan looks like on the inside. No issues, I mean, as far as that. I'm gonna go ahead and put the plug back in and get the bolts out of the pan and get it dropped. All right, this is where we're at right here. Got the pan dropped. This is what we're going to be replacing, like I showed you up on the bench. This is a solenoid. This is the sensor. I have the pan down. Going to go ahead and replace both of them. You got three 10mm or 12mm bolts that have to come out, and then you also have these Torx bits, or these Torx heads that has to come out there. Then you can just take this whole body down, or this whole heat shield down. We're going to be taking that out, replacing it, and then hopefully this is going to take care of our issue. Got the pan up on the bench. You can see there's very, very little crap in there. So everything looks really good. The oil's still nice and pink. So we're going to put it back in there. I'm going to reuse my oil. Going to strain it as I'm putting it in some jugs, and I am going to reuse it. Now I got the old solenoid out, and you can see the difference between the two, just the sheer size of them. That's what I was talking about right there. That's got the Allen head on the bottom of it. This is the Borg Warner. and then this is the factory one right here. Other differences are there's 2 grooves. You can actually put this heat shield in when you're installing it. You want to make sure and put it in the groove closest to the body right there. And then another difference is the plug. It's actually inverted, so when you're plugging it in, you want to make sure and turn that the other way. As you can see, that one's on the top, or on the body side where it plugs in the clip, and then this one right here is on the bottom of the body side. So we'll go ahead and put this in the heat shield. We'll go ahead and grab our sensor, put it in also. There's just a little clip in there when you put your unplug it and plug it back in, so we'll need to put that on, and then we'll go ahead and take this underneath the truck and put it in place. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and plug it in first. Since it's on the bottom side, it'll just make things a little bit easier. You want to put it up in place, make sure your forks align with your sensor. Got part of the old solenoid stuck in there, so I'm gonna have to get some pliers and get that out of there. All right, with it plugged in, we can go ahead and put our heat shield in place. Make sure and put that on that first groove. Make sure our fork's lined up with our sensor. Got some oil on it, and you want to hear that snap into place. Just like that. You hear that little snap, how that went into place? Then we can go ahead and start putting our bolts back in. Alright, fluid's all in, truck's running, check the transmission fluid, everything's good, and screwed something up, but we'll look at that when we go back. We're going to go ahead and hook the laptop up on it, we're going to take it for a drive and see if that took care of it. Alright, got the Pro Dash pulled up, I'm going to connect to the truck. You can see the TPS going up and down over there. I'm going to go to debug. Right now, we are at 0 feedback pressure on the governor, so that is actually really good. Before we were showing 15 pounds constantly. Right now we're at 0, so that is a really good sign. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in reverse and back out of the garage, or driveway rather. Come up, you can see the pressure comes up, so I think everything's looking really good. We're going to continue on for a drive, then come back and see how she goes. from that short little video clip, she's back up and running. I am so stoked that that took care of it, and I was able to get everything fixed. I got back and I put some more stuff together, got all the cooling system, all the hoses and lines and the evap can, all that back together. Put the overflow tank in for the radiator. I have one minor issue with the window washer fluid tank. I forgot all about that being there when I mounted the anteater right here. That neck comes over and sits right in here to fill up. So if I want the window washer fluid, if I want window washer fluid, I'm gonna have to move that out of the way. So don't look like that's going to be the permanent home for the module. So just go ahead and make a bracket and move it up here to the firewall, lay it flat, something like that. I don't know, come off of these two pieces, get you up there where you can see. Come off these two brackets right here, lay it flat right here. I don't know, lay it flat right here. Then if I lay it flat right here, it's gonna be a pain in the ass every time I wanna get in a fuse box. So for right now, it's gonna stay right there. I don't have to have window washer fluid at this point in time. So to move it, I'm gonna have to fish all the wires and all that happy shit out of the way. So yeah, that's gonna have to wait just a little bit. Told you I had a little mishap. See this ladder right here? Yeah, you should move that out of the way before you close your hood. Yep, I busted my grill. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Oh well, it doesn't matter. It was cracked up here on this top side anyway. It's gonna have to be replaced. So we're gonna have to get a new one ordered at some point in time. Wasn't happy with this one from the get-go. It just didn't fit real well. It come in, it was broke on one side or the other. Must have been on the other side. It was broke on this side. We had to patch it back together and fix it when it come in from LMC. Didn't just do too bad of a job, but you can see just, I don't know, wasn't quite up to snuff. So we're gonna have to get a new grill at some point in time, like I said. But other than that, I am so stoked that this project is finally coming to an end. If you remember right, we were started out as a 6-speed truck and we are now an automatic truck. So 47 RE, roughly 500 horsepower build on the transmission. Yeah, super stoked. This was actually stuck. The little basket grate was actually stuck up inside the solenoid plate, so had to take the plate completely off to be able to put that in. So when I pulled the old solenoid out, its basket stayed in place. So I don't know if that was my issue. I didn't have that pushed all the way in there and right, but irregardless, new one is in, it is good, and we are set. Gonna go ahead and drive the truck to work tomorrow and see what happens. Like I said, super stoked. If you guys don't mind, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll see you guys in the next one.